This is one of my earlier paintings that I've done, and I thought I would rework it before I could upload it to my Facebook page. So let's get started. We're going to cover our canvas first with white oil paint. I get my paint off of Amazon. It just is easy peasy that way. Back in the day, I used my paper plates for I could just throw them away when I'm done, and it still works really nice. So just put that white oil right onto the canvas, just like you're icing a cake. You don't need to thin it out or anything. And if you want to see what type of paints I use, just go onto my Amazon profile page. It's my personal profile page under Hallie Osborne Joel. That's Hallie's Creations. And you can see my oil painting list, and it will show you the supplies I use. So it's okay to spin your canvas to get different angles to it. I know some people, when they first start, they think they have to keep it all one angle, but no, you don't. You can spin that canvas any way you want. Wipe your palette knives off as you go along, for that oil paint doesn't dry onto your palette knife. And I also keep like a little basket there. As I'm using the different colors, I throw them into that basket for later on when I come back and revisit the painting. I already have my colors laid out, and I'm not going, what color did I use last time on this piece? On here, you're going to blend it with the knife. And what I did is on this, I love this particular blue. Now this blue I've had forever, so it's not on my Amazon list. But it makes a really pretty background. You'll see that on some of my other paintings as well. And of course, I sped this up, so I really don't paint this fast. I just didn't want you to be here all day, so I do speed my paintings up for you. You can still see the technique. The reason I decided to dub over this is I had music on here for copyright reasons. I had to take that off for Facebook. So using the back side of your knife, just simply gently blend that in, just like you're icing a cake. Just, get your edges and stuff too. Don't forget to get your edges. That way, if you decide not to frame it, it still looks good. Then I'm going to add some colors, putting the brown in there for the dirt. Again, this was inspired from just driving down the road and enjoying the wildflowers on the roadside. And I just thought, I'm going to paint those, just abstract style. So this is loose abstract. So right now I'm creating texture. I'm cleaning my knives off as I go along. That's real key. Remember to clean your knives off. If you don't, that oil is going to stick on there, and it's just easier just to clean as you go along. I'm going to put a little splash of yellow up in there just to give it that little sunshine effect in the background. And again, as I shared, we're doing this as abstract. I'm not doing realism. You'll see the different styles and such on my channel, on my playlist, the different type of paintings I do. I don't just work with oils, I work with acrylics as well, and watercolors. As I build my channel, there'll be more added to the playlist as well. So now we're going to just tip and drag, and this is what I've shared. This is so easy to do. Just load up your knife and just tip it and drag it to make those fun little yellow flowers. And you want to not make them stiff, or you want them to like they're blowing in the wind. And then remember to blend your colors as you're doing it. I was in the zone for a little bit there. That's when I turned around and gave you a big smile, because like, oh yeah, I'm recording. So just load your tip and drag, and wipe your knife off as needed, and just keep on repeating the process. Just a reminder as well, if you do want to check out the different playlists that I have on YouTube, I have that all set up already. My YouTube channel is the same name as my Facebook page that you're watching this on, is Hallie's Creations. And there's a few different Hallie's Creations out there, so you want to make sure you're on mine. But it's Hallie Osborne Joel or Hallie's Creations. And my link is in my bio, so you can find it real easy. So I'm changing the colors just to give it some contrast. You don't want to make it all one color, because in nature it's not all one color. Don't forget to hit that follow and like button if you want to see more shares. It'll pop up that way for you. as well as when you're on the YouTube channels, you always subscribe, and you know how you do, subscribe and like, where you can get the new postings. I have over 300 plus videos and shorts on my channel, so there's a wide variety of things to pick from. I do the painting as well as wreath creations, crafts and things like that, DIY, jewelry. I do a lot of Mod Podge and a lot of Dollar Tree type fun things. So just go on there and check it out. I kind of enjoy just making stuff. But I always say, I like to make neat stuff, so come make neat stuff with me. So it's just a wide variety. I'll see something and go, oh, I want to try that. And then I'll share that with you. One of the most populars that I have are my bottle arts. Those are fun, the fairy lights. So you might want to check those out as well. I do have on Facebook a created playlist of my videos, but Facebook and Meta are setting that up, and so I don't have everything uploaded yet. I've tried and it's not grabbing it all, so just be patient with the process. It's a new program for Facebook as they transition over. But once they make that transition, I'm able to upload my videos for you to be able to grab easier. I will have that playlist for you loaded up. I have it created, it's just not loaded up yet. So now we're going to add some green in here. And see how I'm just scratching that? It's the fun thing. That's just adding texture, and I'm going to make some big fat petals with a knife. So you use your different palette knives to give that different texture and that different feel of what you're doing. And remember what I said, you can spin it. And as I shared earlier too, this is one of my earlier pieces, so it's super easy peasy. I wanted to do something that was something anybody could pretty much do, even if you don't have an artistic flair. I think anyone could pretty much do this. You're just loading up your canvas, and then you're going to scratch and blend your effects and everything into it. So you see how I'm just using the tip of my palette knife there, and I'm just scratching in stems like grass. So we're cutting into your flowers. It's okay. It's not going to hurt them. You can go back and pop them out a little bit more if you want to. So now I'm going to cut into the paint just to get that edge. And I know there's fancy words for all this, but this is how I roll. I just like to keep it easy peasy. So we're just going to slice and dice. We're just going to cut into the edge of that and then drag those stems down. Remember, this is abstract, so it's not supposed to be perfect. And this is an autumn roadside wildflower type vibe feel. So just relax, have fun with it. Adding a little bit more white to give it more highlight and just smooth those colors in, because it was getting too harsh. I like things soft. To know me is to know I like white. If you follow me, you hear that all the time. And I need more flowers, so we're going to add more flowers to this. Wildflowers are all over the place, and they're all kinds of styles and different colors. So adding the wheatgrass, adding some more wildflowers, and just giving it some more pop. Very simplistic style, very easy peasy to do. Use the colors that you enjoy. This one I did autumn, but you can do a spring, winter, fall, whatever. Here I'm using the autumn colors, you know, fall, autumn. To me, fall and autumn is pretty much the same thing. There's more to fall and autumn than pumpkins. Changing colors. All the beautiful flowers. So I told you about the Amazon personal profile page as non-affiliated links at this time. Eventually they will have affiliated links, but at this time they don't. So it's no additional cost to you or anything. You just go on there, you can see what materials I'm using, you can just pick out the ones you want. It's just more to help you get your supplies in place and let you know what I'm using to do mine. And as I grow my channel and I grow in doing what I'm doing here, that will, you know, change as well and be updated, and yeah, it will. I like the creamy texture oils because you can really. So now we're going to fill in more flowers, give it more body. And you just keep on doing that until you're happy and it's where it's at. It's really hard to know when to walk away. And it's okay to take a break and walk away. But here's the thing, when you're working with oils, if you let them dry and you come back and you want to rework it, they're not forgiving. Acrylics, you can go back in there, you can rework them and such, wet them and, you know, reactivate them a smidge sometimes. But oils, once they dry, they get hard, and it's hard to put that second and third layer on. So what I do on my drying, when I'm working on a piece, if I am going to walk away, I try to get back to it within the week, within 2 or 3 days actually, and finish it up. That's just a little tip from me to you, because I do teach all my acrylics to walk away, take a break, and you can. But oils, not so forgiving. But they are fun to work with. And don't get the oils, get the non-toxic oils, the water-based oils. Those are far more better for you as far as breathing in the fumes and stuff. And they work just fine. Especially if you're a beginner and you're learning how to do this. You don't want to stink up your house with toxins and such. And there are some oils out there. It's pretty much old school at this point, so there's really not that many out there, but there are out there. So read your ingredients, see if they're non-toxic, and also environmentally safe, and yada yada yada. Be safe. I do have some oils that I've had for years and years that they're not the water base, so I have to be mindful when I use them. I open up my studio and air out real well. So now we're going to add some purple flowers in there. I see that a lot on the roadside with the mixed wildflowers, all the different colors. So let's just throw those in there as well. And it just gives it a little bit more character, a little bit more pop. And I'm taking it all the way down to the end. Now, if you're going to frame your pieces, you're going to lose your edges probably to some degree, depending on the frame. But I'm blending and toning the colors down. I take my colors all the way to the edges. So a lot of time I don't frame my artwork. I just take a couple of push pins and I put them on the drawing wall. Just let them rest on that. So I'm back in the zone here. You'll notice that when I'm biting my lip, I'm in the zone. That's me. So we're just scratching in some more texture here. So I encourage you to get your paints out. But if you don't have materials, you can pick them up at any hobby store. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any craft store, Amazon. All you really need to get this going is your set of palette knives. You can even get like a set of oils if you want. You don't need big tubes. It doesn't take that much. But I do like a big white tube before I can do that heavy layer, before I can pull the white up through the colors, because that's what I'm doing here. And your canvas, and that's it. So I'm going to say probably for about $25–30 tops, you could get going doing some artwork. Just look for the cells, pretty much get starter materials, see if it's your jam, and if it's your jam and you enjoy doing it, then you reinvest and buy more materials to have fun making neat stuff. You don't have to get locked into one style and one technique. Find what works for you. I'm pulling the white out from the bottom that we frosted the canvas with into the colors and bringing some dimension to those. I'm so in the zone on this picture right now. It's so funny. Throwing in some accents. And as I shared before, this is just a little autumn fall piece just to show you that it doesn't have to be all about pumpkins sometimes. This would be kind of fun to put on and have like scripture or a little saying over it, that you could actually take a picture of this, and then on your iPad or on your computer or whatever, you could lay scripture over it and use that for a backdrop on something. Or just, this is an 11 by 14 and it's an actual painting. So there's that too. I think this is the one my niece claimed. Finishing putting some highlights on here and just enjoying the process. And that's pretty much it. Next time, have an amazing day. Have a good day and a better tomorrow. Happy creating.